Trackwrestling.com here in Paris, France, 2017 World Championships here with Sammie Henson, one of the coaches on the men's freestyle team, of course the head coach of West Virginia as well. First question, Sammie, how did this opportunity present itself for you and the coaching staff?
Well, Bill Zadek had called me and asked me if I was interested in being part of this summer, the World Championships, and I thought it'd be an honor for me not only to, sharpen my skills, but actually give back and be a part of the World Championships again and be a part of some special. I believe we have a special team, and lucky to represent West Virginia University and be here and have the opportunity to do something that hasn't been done in a while.
What are your primary roles, responsibilities, and where do you feel, Sammie, where you can make the biggest impact on these guys?
I just think experience and being here in technical and tactics, and just also just like right now, laid back, kind of, we're getting close to competition, so hey, how you feel, keep it simple, and whatever Bill needs me to do, and whatever some of the individuals I've worked with in the past, kind of stay out of their way, but if they need you, be there for them, and give them confidence.
You and I were talking a little bit before this interview, and one thing I always admired about you, the bull. I mean, Sammie Henson, just one of those guys where you're eating nails for breakfast and washing it down with gasoline. What's your message to these guys as a coach? Do you coach the way you competed?
Oh yeah, I think you guys watch me in the corner. I'm a passionate person, so of course I do that. But I coach the individual, whoever whatever the individual needs. Some people are different. Coach Marable coaches for me at West Virginia. He's a little bit more laid back before competition. So you change and adapt as a coach, and you give them what they needed. Me, I needed Kevin Jackson in my corner. Going, you're the man, and then I'd go out there and of course compete at that level. But my mindset, honestly, is there is no tomorrow. I know that's kind of a cliche, but bottom line is you never know if you're going to be here, and that's what I've been telling these guys. And I was talking to Jaden Cox the other day. I go, hey, you don't know. God, you're here right now, and take advantage of the situation and enjoy it. Enjoy the gym. Enjoy. I miss that. That's one of the things you miss as a coach and as being a competitor is the putting your shoelaces on like when you're 8 years old and really embracing the moment because like I said, it's here and now, and you might not be here again.
One of the notes I have written down I wanted to talk to you about, and you just touched on it, is urgency. You train your whole life many times. You spend a lot of hours, countless hours, and really it comes down to, at this event, it's one day. I mean, right. You can literally boil it down into seconds. How do you coach urgency?
Well, the little things. I think these guys are all, the professionals. I look at them, and really, honestly, our goal is to make sure that they feel great and they're ready the day of the competition. But I think they have urgency. I really do. I don't think you have to, at this level, you don't have to coach that. They're professionals, and so our job is to make sure that they have all the tools and all the resources to be the best. Their diet's important right now. Weight management's important, and of course, watching videotape and scouting opponents is important.
Talking about videotape, it's really changed the game. What are some things, Sammie, that the basic fan, when they're watching these championships on track wrestling, what are some basic things they can pay attention to, things that decide the difference between winning and losing?
It's all about tendencies. For me as a coach, when I look at videotape, I don't necessarily look at the shot or where. I'll look for what they do before the shot. So, because everybody has tendencies. I don't care who you are. You've been doing this since 8 years old. You got a nice underhook. You're setting up the same way. You might have changed it, tweaked it a little bit here and there, but we all have tendencies. So I would look for that, and I look for the hand fighting. Hand fighting is going to be big in this tournament. I think top bottoms come back in a huge way, and I think it will come to play in this tournament. As far as they're letting you work a little bit more longer on top, and so you have to have some skills on top bottom.
Exciting time for USA Wrestling, coming off momentum from the Junior World Championships. You look at this team with the U.S., very capable. How do you assess where things are at right now? Your expectations?
I think we have a really good team. You never know. They have to come and compete, and I think they're ready to compete. Bill's done a hell of a job with getting this similar staff and the individual coaches that they have here. Everybody worked together, so it felt like the training camp was a huge success, and I think Bill Zadek's done a hell of a job so far.
How are things different from when you competed as far as training and the preparation?
I don't think it has. I think of course diet. I think nutrition. I think that's coming into play a little bit more. People, of course the sport has evolved. It's always getting tougher and tougher. But I think as far as preparation, maybe a little smarter, and backing off and giving these guys a little bit more rest, and so they're more prepared at the end. But I think we all did that as we you grow and the sport's grown, it evolves.
As a coach, Sammie, what are some things the day of competition, maybe with these guys, but maybe more with your own guys as well? What are some things as a coach that you're really paying extra attention to, just trying to get a gauge on if somebody's ready to roll, somebody's ready to fight?
Well, you're just looking at the way they handle themselves. Some are more laid back, like I said. Jaden's a guy who you have to. He's got to be happy. He's got to be feeling good and embracing the crowd. And some people need to be getting slapping around a little bit and getting ready. But I think like I said, they're professionals. They know what they need, and we just stay out of their way.
What impresses you most about Jaden?
I think his demeanor, how he does love wrestling. It's not a job for him. He looks at it as an opportunity. I think he has a great outlook on life, and I think that helps him.
What about guys like Kyle Snyder and Jordan Burroughs? What can you say about those two?
Kyle Snyder, I just met him this year, and I'll tell you what, he's one of the funniest guys I've ever met. I think he has a great outlook too. Jordan Burroughs, all three of those guys, almost everyone on the team, just kind of. I wish I would have that outlook, because when I watch them, I'm thinking, man, they're just so happy, and they really do enjoy what they do. And I don't think that came to me till later, and then as a coach, I've been able to utilize that a little bit more. But it didn't come to me till I was 35, 36 years old. I wish I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but they do that already at a young age. It's amazing.
Trackwrestling.com here with Sammie Henson, coaching the men's freestyle team along with Bill Zadek. What's your relationship like with Bill? When did you guys, form a relationship?
Well, we were on the 2006 World Team together, and that was my last year competing at 36. And Bill was a little younger than me. He won the world title. His brother took second, and I took third that year. But that's kind of how we forged our relationship, and always been a big fan of Bill. And I think, of course, he always said Henson from Clemson. That's all he remembered when he would be at the NCAA tournament. So that's we've kind of, me and Mike have on a couple teams together too. So,
what strengths-wise, what do you admire most about his value, Coach Zadek?
I think his character. I think he has great character, and he also has, from watching him here, just it's hard to manage a lot of high-level athletes and coaches and putting it all together. So he's done a hell of a job.
West Virginia, what's going on with the Mountaineers?
We got a young team, a tough team. I feel like we're finally where we need to be as far as being able to compete and at a high level. And we'll see what happens. We'll do our talking on the mat, but I'm excited about this year. I'm really going to enjoy this year. The last 3 years have been great, but this is a good opportunity for us to showcase some of our young talent.
What have you learned, Sammie, at West Virginia, being in that seat as a head coach? You were a longtime assistant. You were always right there knocking on the door.
Yeah.
But what's it like being the man?
It's a lot it's a lot of work, a lot more work than than you would think as an assistant coach. And what I mean by work is just the responsibility of everything. Everything falls on your shoulder regardless. And and I love that. I've always wanted that, and so I embrace that, and I'm excited about it. And good or bad, it's all on you. And our staff, I got a great staff, and Coach Marable, Danny Felix, brought in Tally Thompson as a volunteer, and so we really have a great young staff who we want to prove something. We have something to prove, and so but we're in the Big 12 conference. It's a tough conference, and that's exciting. I love a challenge. I love when people tell you can't do things, and so those are all things that drive me.
Give me 2 or 3 things, if you could, about West Virginia. Give me the top 2 or 3 storylines, West Virginia's program as it stands today.
Well, like I said, number one, I think we're a young, hungry team. Number 2, I think that we have a great coaching staff and a great administration backing us. And number 3, I think the alumni and the area we live in really craves a strong team to another strong team. We have a lot of strong teams around that area, but West Virginia Wrestling, we have great fans, great alumni, and I think that's going to push us over the top.
Final question for you. If I give you a crystal ball, you could look ahead to mid-late March, NCAA championship time. What is one thing from either an individual standpoint or a team standpoint that you're most curious to see play out?
our young guys, our lightweights. Of course, we have Jake Smith at 197s coming back, strong performance last year. Got hurt at the Big 12s, so we look for big things from him. And then, of course, our lightweights from 25 to 57. We have a lot of young talent. And what I mean by that is they've succeeded on a high level in high school. So we've got to produce them.
Sammie, really appreciate the time. Enjoy your time in Paris.
Yeah, thanks.